Good afternoon, traders. Sasha here. It is March 7th. Quick disclaimer that this is just how I see the markets. This is not a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any securities. And it's Monday around 1:39 in the afternoon. We are looking at the markets and such an crazy markets that we are looking at right now. I'm going to start with AirCanada as per usual, and then we're going to cover some more stocks today. As you can see on the right side here of the screen, we can see that everything's everything's red. Just a few stocks are, doing positive, but everything else is going really negative. Of course, UK oil and US oil stocks are just skyrocketing right now, as well as the gold. We're going to start first with AirCanada right now. It's just a grim picture of what's going on right now in the world. This is completely related to fuel prices at the moment. Looking at this candle right there, market. This month just started. And if we are looking at this candle by itself, it's a huge selling power, and we have a huge selling power right away off the bat, starting in a month, and it's been like 7 days, and market fell 10% already on AirCanada stock. What I'm looking at right now, I'm looking into buying into this stock again around this mark, around $19. And the reason why, if I look at the technicals at the moment, we can see that the market stalled here quite a few times in the past, was not able to pass through that area quite a few times, and then when it did, we bounced off. So we are holding off below that line here, below $19, and then we finally had like a huge spike into buying, and then we just came down to retest this area, and this area confirms that to be very strong. So we had a bounce from that, and just a huge move to the upside from that area. So I'm looking at this picture right now. The market came down to retest that $19 area again, and then after that bounce off from here, we went all the way to almost $26. It was past $26, and then now we just fell again to this $19 area. This is my bullseye area that I'm looking to trade from or to buy into the stock. So around $19 at the moment, that's what I'm looking for to get in. Let's just look at a little bit of bigger picture here, and if I squeeze the screen a little bit here, you can see that this area here is quite significant, the one that I'm showing you right now. We have 1, 2, this is the third bounce here. This candle is not closed, so we are just looking at on a smaller time frame. I'm looking on a daily or weekly. We can see here a bounce, and then a resistance here, and resistance here, and a little bit of resistance right there. But we can also see on this in the past that markets stalled at this area as well, and we had a huge beautiful bounce that took market almost to $50. What I'm looking at short term to bounce from there is to $26, and the long term to $29. Those are my two target areas from that area if the market bounces and show me some bullish movements from there. We can also see, let me just clean this. We can also see that I plotted this trend lines here, and this is the trend line. That's how it's being plotted here. This is the way we plot trend lines basically, and by looking at this trend line here, we can see that huge rejection of this area or this trend line somewhere in this area here, close to $19. And then as the market started to rise, we have another green candle right here. So let me point to this. So this was a first rejection of this trend line, and then the market came down here, bounced off of this $19, and then we had another rejection here of this trend line, as well as the $26 area, and the market just fell. So this is where I'm looking to get into markets, and let's see what happens in the next couple of days. Okay, moving on, just to look at it quickly, oil. The oil price is very interesting to see. You can see these two red lines here. I'm on a monthly chart. I'm not going to go any lower because there's no point of showing anything lower right now. The prices are basically unstoppable as far as the oil going, and this crisis in Ukraine. So what happened basically, if we look at the picture here, we have this resistance area that was just, the market just went through it, and then we had 2-3 times market basically bounced off of that area. There was a huge resistance, and by breaking this $114 area, market just skyrocketed from there, and then it went to 119 around there, around 116, 117, around this was the last area that the market actually stalled on a monthly chart. Broke through that like a hot knife through the butter. No issues there. So what we are looking at the market right now, there's no resistance to this climbing prices, and we can actually see that the highest price that we can see on the chart is $147.33, and very much possibility that the market will reach that, and very in a short period of time. So this is oil prices at the moment for you. I'm going to switch to different charts. Let's take a look at what the banks are doing. I'm going to switch to National Bank of Canada. And we can see that markets over here, if we squeeze the chart like this is on the monthly charts. So this is as far as the market actually went all the way up, right? I'm going to go a little bit lower on the weekly chart so you can see what I'm looking at. This is the picture actually that I'm interested in. If we look at here, I'm going to put this line here. So if we were to look at the market that went upside down here, so once we broke this resistance here, market came down to retest it with this candle here, and this beautiful engulfing candle just took the market all the way to $106. We are sitting at 96.56 right now. I'm looking to buy in around $95. And the reason why is because the market took off from there and then retested it again, and then retest and retest. We have another beautiful pin bar here, and then again pin engulfing candle that engulfs basically the previous candle and also rejects this area here, and then we had this nice engulfing candle here at $95. So I'm waiting for the market to come down to this area here, which I'm pretty sure it will retest there, and depending on what kind of a signal we get, I'm planning to get into this market at least partially, buy some stocks into National Bank of Canada. Let's take a look at the other banks. I'm looking at the BMO. Let me just clean this. All right, and so what do we have on BMO? So this is what happened basically on BMO. Bank of Montreal. So our last resistance area here was located right there. Okay, that was broken through, and then the market just shoot up once, retested, went up, retest, went up. Okay, so that's how the market rises and falls. So we have one resistance, we have two resistance right here created with this ceiling, and then we broke through that resistance, and then it turns into support. So what I'm looking at the moment, I'm going to go into smaller time frame. This is going to be a weekly chart. This is where I'm looking into buying back into this market, and if you're looking at buying or rebuying into this market, basically this would be the area at the moment, as long as we get some kind of a indication of the bulls reacting to that area. If not, then we're going to have to look to this area as well. Okay, so that's around, these are two areas that I'm looking at to buy in. Okay, so if we can see, we have a huge resistance here for quite a few months. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months in a row. We had a resistance, then we had a breakout, with this candle here. We had a retest, bulls came in. We had a retest, bulls came in. I'm waiting for the bulls to show me the hand right here and to buy into this market. This would be our target at the moment, $152, $53 from $142. So not bad for a couple of trading opportunities there. Okay, switching to Bank of Nova Scotia. We are seeing pretty much the same picture. Looking at the weekly chart, but on the monthly chart, this would be the last highest point that we had to break out of, and then this is 85.63, and we did no problem not long ago, but we did, and then markets just went straight up from there. Okay, we had a breakout. You see this kind of a little candle right here that was touching this line. Basically, that's that area of 85.63. That was that little retest on a smaller time frame. Got us nice bullish signal, and we jumped into market. We had one bounce, two bounces. Okay, and now what we have this kind of a limbo inside. What we are looking for, or where I'm looking for, is this support or this resistance to be broken. If we come to this support and I get the bulls to show me some hand, I can take the market all the way to the top here around $96 from 87 area around there. Okay, so that's Bank of Nova Scotia for you. Okay, looking at the TD Bank right there, switching to a weekly chart, and we can see exactly again what's going on in TD Bank. Pretty much the same stuff as all the other banks. If I squeeze the market chart on the monthly charts, you can see that there was no other support besides the one that I already marked on the chart, and which is 89.14. This is on the monthly chart, so this area here. But I'm going to switch to very interesting thing. So okay, so since we haven't been here, so this I like to see. I like to do the nice analysis there. So since we haven't been to this area, quite a long time, right? We don't know how far the market can go. So what I'm going to do, all I can see at the moment, this is the top. Okay, so this is the highest point that we actually reached with the TD, and it's 109.11. Okay. After reaching that, this candle was the last move for the bulls, and then we had this attempt to go over $110, and as you can see, this huge wick on the candle here. So take a look at the wick. It's just amazing to just look at that. Take a look at the size of that wick on the monthly chart, which tells us this. Okay, this is the top of this candle, previous candle, which was supposed to be resistance. We always calculate the previous candle as a resistance, and if the market breaks above and closes the price above, then market moves on to the positive. Okay, if it doesn't break out, that this becomes a resistance. So as you can see here, we have a resistance here. Markets try to break out of that area, that $104 area. We reached 109, but the bears were much stronger, okay, and then closed the price below the top of this candle here, previous candle, which gives us this beautiful pin bar to sell, which after the breaking the tip of the pin bar, we started coming down here with the beautiful. This would be also a evening star formation if we are to go into formations, but I'm not gonna bother you with that. It's not important. What I'm looking at is basically to see if the market is going to give me some kind of a signal to jump in at this 97.19. If not, I would expect the market to give us something at 89.14. This is this area that has been already proven on the monthly charts time and time again. So once, two, three times here, that market was not able to break to that resistance. So if we get this area somewhere here with some kind of a bullish signal, we can take the market all the way to 109 again to retest, and definitely this retest will happen. We're just waiting for the market to bounce from one of these two areas. Okay, so that's what's brewing on Toronto Dominion Bank. Let's look at the Royal Bank here quickly. Royal Bank had yeah, all these lines here I marked over there, but basically if I squeeze the price, you can see how far the market went. This is all on a monthly basis. Each candle represents a month, right? So what we have here is the following. We had this beautiful resistance that was broken a long time ago around 109.40. Okay, the market took off, all right, found the resistance right here, okay, and then once 3, 4, 5, 6 months it took to break this 136 area, right? And then we went all the way to the top, okay, which is $150. Right now we are in this consolidation here. The move from here to here is the last move that was made, meaning that if the market breaks this area below, then it will come back here and retest this 109 area. If we get the bulls at this area to give us some kind of a signal to buy in, we will be buying in and take the market again to $150 area. That's exactly what we are looking for. When I'm talking about buying into the market, basically what we're looking for, we're looking for the market to break out, pull back, retest certain area, and gives us one of these signals, either pin bar, which looks like this, okay, or engulfing bar, which would be like this. It would be a full body candle that engulfs previous candle here, and then we take the signal from the top of the candle of the break or pin bar break, and then move on. We can also have something like this, like this kind of a breakout without this candle before. All right, like a full bar candle which breaks out above this resistance, and then to have a inside bar, which is a small bar, which means indecision. If the market breaks above this candle here, we have the bullish move. If market breaks below that candle, we have a bearish move, just because on the basis that this is an inside bar. So that's how we look at it. We also in the stock market can have these called gaps, okay? These gaps are telling us that from the previous day to the new trading opportunity, this gap is basically everybody's, the sentiment is to buy in. So that would be a beautiful bullish signal to buy in from there as well. Okay, and we are looking at Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. Okay, so as you can see here again on the monthly charts, we had this resistance, which was broken at this area here. Market took off. Now I'm waiting for the markets. Once we broke this area here, we went all the way to this area here, came down, retested this area, and then moved on. Okay, this is how the market works, right? So this becomes a support, and this becomes a resistance, and once it's broken, then now we have resistance at this area here as well. Okay, so where we are standing right now is we have this candle here, which was the last candle that moved above this one, the previous candle, and also this candle is called a doji candle, which means indecision. Okay, so at this point of time we are looking at the indecision area. Okay, we also are looking at this inside bar that's in this indecision bar. So until we have broken this support, then we can expect for the market to come down here to this area to buy in by getting something like this beautiful signal here, like a pin bar. Or if the market manages to break above this area here, we would be waiting for the market to come back to retest this area and then take the markets from there to buy in. Okay, more likely opportunity will be happening this way, but to $140. But markets are unpredictable. I'm just reading the charts and the candles, so this is what we have at this moment. So that's how I see banks at the moment in Canada. Okay, a couple of things I was looking at and I wanted to show you. These are beautiful. I wanted to show you an example here on the UK oil. UK oil, it's just to see like how the market actually basically works. And if you look at it here, we can see that if I squeeze the candles here, okay, you can see clearly here on the chart that we had this last resistance here that was tested to the to the point right here. It was tested here and here. Market was not able to break it, and then just bounced back off, right? Once we broke above this area here, when I'm talking about these breakouts, right, I always talk about we have a resistance area, market breaks out, closes the price above, comes back to the area to retest, and if we get this nice signal like this as a pin bar, we move on with the market in buying direction. Okay, so this is a school example of how this market works. Okay, so as you can see, this is on the monthly chart. Market came always to the same point. Okay, I'm gonna switch now down to daily chart to show you exactly what happened on that area. Okay, so take a look. All right, so we are looking at, I'm just gonna expand the chart so you can see exactly where the signal starts. So this is that first area that we marked on the chart, and this is the second time the market came down here to retest. This is that area at 86.68. Market breaks above. Take a look. So the market breaks above this area, okay, with this candle here. Market moves above and closes the price on top of this resistance area. This was a resistance area, okay. It comes down, retests the market once, support once, or market, yeah, and gives us this beautiful, beautiful pin bar. And if you were not able to take that pin bar there, we have another retest here with another pin bar right there. The body is within the previous candle. So this is engulfing candle as well as the pin bar. And then if that's not good enough, we get another green candle here, okay? And this is your entry, or this is your entry, or this is your entry. You had 3 entries here, and then the market just takes off. So this is a cool example of how the market breaks out above the area. So we break above with the candle like that. Then the market comes down with another candle and another candle, and then retests like this with a clean rejection of this wick here. Is a clean rejection of this support level, previous resistance. And then we had, in this example, 3 pin bars. So we had 1, we had a 2, and we had 3 to jump in. Either one of those would be fine to take in as long as the tip of the candle is broken. So we had a tip like that. Once the market broke this price on top of the candle, this is your entry, and you are going into a long buy. Also, stop loss will go below the candle. Okay, it's also below the resistance, support, previous resistance. So this is your stop loss. This is your entry, and then we are in a buy mode. Okay, so that's example of how the markets work and how the markets operate. I hope you like this video. I'm going to be starting doing them on a weekly basis now. I have worked out some kind of a system in my head how this could work out very nicely for me, as well as everybody else is watching the videos. So thank you for being patient and waiting for me to put another video. I promise I'm going to be making the videos once a week at least, and it's going to be much more entertaining and much more interesting from this moment on. So this is a week 10 of trading in the year 2022. This is Sasha. I hope you liked the video. Peace out.